But some latex by the way, si ni kweli daktari? Some latex inaweza kuwa allergic to nini. Me that I know. Ama Pam anataka tu nini?
I would be very happy.
Yeah. My name. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Beyond the Mark with Pam and Paula. I'm Paula.
And this is Pam. Thank you for joining us today. If you're new here, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about reproductive health. And this is the second season and this is episode 1. On set today we have a guest. He is a doctor and I'll let him introduce himself. Karibu daktari.
Asante sana. Hello, my name is Doctor Gitau. I work at St. Lucy's Hospital and I'm happy to join these beautiful ladies to discuss 1, 2, 3 about reproductive health and other issues that may come up.
Yeah. So guys, as you've heard, today we're discussing reproductive health in women to be specific. And Daktari, I have your first question. We're discussing reproductive health in women, so of course it involves a lot of vagina and whatnot. Hatutakuwa shy, we will say it as it is, vagina.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not vulva?
The vagina
Is
vulva.
what? Is what?
Unataka tuite aje? Sawa. Daktari, so a lot of questions that maybe most people are worried about, but most people don't know about, is about the vagina odor. So, should I be worried if I have vagina odor?
Normally, the vagina has a unique smell to itself.
Okay.
Yes, when it goes to the extreme, you should be worried.
What's the extreme?
What can I say? The extremes here we mean, you can feel it, or someone else close to you can feel that there's an odor.
Okay.
Definitely by the time you're getting an odor, there are other things that you'll see, like a discharge, or you'll be uncomfortable, maybe with an itch, maybe painful sex for those who are sexually active, and other things that eventually may lead to this bad odor.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a specific odor that a vagina is supposed to have?
Yes, as I've told you, on a normal day, there's that unique smell.
Okay. So, vagina has to smell.
The vagina has a unique smell. Yes, the vagina has a unique smell.
Okay.
It shouldn't be sterile, active, nasikia tunanuka kama sijui nini.
Okay.
It's not supposed to smell like flowers.
Mmesikia?
You've talked about the discharge.
Yes.
How is the discharge supposed to be?
On a normal day, you're supposed to be wet. The discharge should be, yes. The vagina should not be dry.
Every day?
Dry. No.
Oh.
Just like your eyes. If your eyes are dry today, it will be very painful.
Okay.
So the vagina should be wet.
Okay.
Okay.
The color of the discharge should be clear or slightly whitish.
Okay.
Yes.
So if it's more on the white side?
So it depends with your hormones. At the point you are on your cycle, most of the times it is wet. It is white towards clear. So if it is whitish, or it is whitish like milk, or any other color, creamish, yellowish, greenish.
Green?
Yes, that means there's a problem.
Okay.
Yes. It is an indicator that either you have an infection or something is not right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and speaking also of discharge, is there a certain pH that the vagina is supposed to have, the discharge? Ama mbona also sometimes when you wear a black panty, you find sometimes inachomeka.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, is that because of high pH? It's normal.
Okay. The vagina also has a specific pH that it will operate on. When we use things like soaps that are maybe medicated or scented, this may alter the pH, making you to have okay, you will feel a difference. Like
You will?
Yes, because
Okay.
you feel an itch, and even the smell will change
Two.
to maybe a bad smell.
Oh.
But even depending if you're maybe taking medication, your diet is not proper, you're not taking enough water, all these things will alter your pH. Yes.
So that burning of black panties or any other panties, is it normal? It means your pH is high.
It means your pH is not okay.
Ah.
Yes.
So what are you supposed to do?
See him.
Okay, yes, you can.
See you? I don't just remember where you work.
I work at St. Lucy's Hospital.
Oh, yes.
In Dagani, next to Chuka University.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. So what happened?
Some lab tests can be carried out. Either they pick a sample of the discharge, it is taken to the lab. Some tests are done and it is seen.
You mean you can test a discharge?
Yes.
Allah?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. In fact, most people misdiagnose. There's so many things that can cause a discharge. As I've told you, it can be an infection. It can be your hormones and other things, your diet, some maybe you're on chronic medication. They alter whatever is happening down there.
So what is the recommended diet? Hapo lazima is a whole topic on its own.
It's a whole topic on its own, but fruits and vegetables usually help with the smell of your vagina.
Okay.
And fluids. Take enough fluids, take enough water. You'll be good.
Nice.
Yes.
So on that, how do I manage? Let's say, for instance, I have an order. So how do I manage that?
As I've told you, seek medical advice, have the discharge checked.
So what you're trying to say is a person cannot just have vaginal odor that is
I can't like
hiyo ni yako.
take a
umeishi
bath
nayo.
and I'm good.
It means there's something.
Depends. When nimekwambia vagina is supposed to have a smell. Lakini sasa ikikuwa
Too much.
too much. Mpaka you yourself
Let me
feel
ask.
comfortable.
Let me ask.
Yes.
You mean I can be seated here and you're there
Yes.
and you're feeling my
Yes,
vagina smell?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Infection like chlamydia, usually you have a fishy smell.
Fishy.
Yes,
You smell like a fish.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
God
Okay.
damn.
Yes. So you should have it checked. It is a very simple procedure. But you know, with the society we are in, people are afraid. You are
Yeah.
told nobody should see your vagina, nobody should check it out. It gives you inafanya sana kosa kwenda hospitali. So by the time you come to hospital, it's very late.
Severe.
And maybe now the symptoms are very severe.
Okay. Tell me if I am experiencing that, what do I expect when I come to you?
Hospital.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, I'll take your history.
Yeah.
I'll ask.
What do you mean by history?
History. I'll ask about so many things. For example, I'll ask about your sexual encounters.
Like my body count.
No, not really. As in your sexual history. Maybe I'll ask about if you're on any medication.
Okay.
I'll ask about the type of discharge, the color, the amount of discharge.
Okay.
It also,
So amount is also a factor.
yes, it is a factor.
What's the normal amount? As in what?
I cannot quantify.
I know, but at what point are you supposed to be worried?
At the point that you feel you are uncomfortable. On a normal day, as I've told you, you're wet.
Yeah.
But when it reaches a point that maybe you have to change your panty like twice or 3 times in a day.
Yeah.
That means there's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are diverting to now hygiene on the vulva, the vagina.
Yes.
Yes. So how to keep it clean during sex, during menstruation.
Number one, on a normal day, maybe you're not menstruating.
Yeah.
The vagina is self-cleansing, just like your eyes.
Just
You
like
don't,
your
you don't wash your eyes.
Does that feel shit?
Listen.
Okay.
The vagina is self-cleansing. You're not supposed to, we call it douching.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to insert things inside there.
Tampons.
Tampons, you need time.
Oh.
We are talking on a normal day.
Okay.
On a normal day, you're not supposed to clean inside there. Just using water, plain water. Don't use soap.
Even milled soaps.
If you have to use soap, mild
Kipande.
soap.
Kipande.
Yes, mild soap. Whatever works for you, but don't use medicated soap. Don't use scented soaps.
Okay.
Don't wash inside. Just wash on the surface, and you'll be good.
Okay. What about during sex? Is there some kind of hygiene you're supposed to?
After sex.
After sex.
After sex, not during.
Having sex.
Okay, yes, you're supposed to clean, definitely.
How?
But
Is there a procedure?
What we advise immediately after sex, go to the toilet, pass urine.
What does that help with?
The excess sperms and all that will come out. Yes. Okay, as I was saying, after sex, we just clean on the surface. Whatever is inside
We come out.
will come out. But okay, anyway.
Yeah, lakini si yote.
That depends also. The other thing, maybe when after you've passed urine, usually you are supposed to clean from front to back.
To back, yeah.
Because if you do it on opposite, back to front, you introduce infections from your anal region.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Now that we are talking about sex, let me ask something about, during sex, there is this thing called squatting.
Yes.
What is in, to say confident, what are the confidence in,
What is that?
what is in squatting? Is it urine?
Is it water?
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, it's a funny question. But
Yes.
when a woman is aroused, there are hormones that are produced. These hormones, even before you squat, when you're aroused, you become wet than kawaida.
Yeah.
So eventually, when you reach orgasm, which I tend to understand is very hard for so many people.
For so many women.
Yes. When you reach orgasm, some women, not all, squats. These are just fluids produced by certain glands.
Just fluids.
Yes, they're just
Simkojo.
Simkojo. There's that misconception at Simkojo. But anyway, yes, they're just fluids produced by certain glands in your vagina that inatoka.
Okay.
Yes.
You mentioned about the vagina being wet.
Yes.
There's this myth that that if a lady is taking weed, that the vulva becomes wet, dry.
Dry.
Yeah.
Do they smoke weed?
Yeah.
Oh. Hello? Tell us.
Certain medication, certain chemicals cause the vagina to be dry. I don't know if weed is one of them, but yes, certain medication, you might be on certain medication and your vagina is very dry. There are other things that can cause your vagina to be dry, including hormonal imbalance, stress, not feeling the person you're with, and so many other things.
So is pain during sex a normal thing?
Not really.
Huh.
Yes, you should enjoy sex, not pain.
So if it's
you
painful,
have
what's the
pain,
issue?
There's definitely an issue. Either you have an infection, either your vagina is dry, but mostly an infection. Mostly an infection is the most common cause of.
So if your vulva is dry,
Yes.
can you apply like jellies,
Lubes.
like robes?
Yes, not jellies. Let me tell you, you know what happens, especially these petroleum jellies,
Yeah.
they will cause trauma. Eventually.
A teacher?
Trauma.
Where?
To your vagina. Eventually, you use a water-based lube, like KY jelly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't use Vaseline.
Okay.
Eventually itakuumiza.
Oh.
Yes. And it will alter pH you go down. So eventually at the end of the day, you will get issues. Yes.
Okay, so
There's something that there's something that you didn't mention. You didn't mention about how to clean ourselves during menstruation.
Oh yeah.
As I said, avoid medicated soaps. Just use a mild soap. Use plenty of water. And that is it. Just dry it up very well and you'll be okay.
Are tampons safe?
Tampons are very safe. But
There's a but.
yes, there's a but.
Allah.
Yes, I want. Yes.
Because tampons, you should change them 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
There are people who will stay with them for a very long time.
Yeah, because they're comfortable.
Yes, they're very comfortable. I tend to understand. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, if you use tampons for a prolonged period of time, there are certain bacteria that may grow, which may cause a lot of problems. Yes, because blood is a very good agent for bacteria to grow.
Yeah.
So if you use them for a very long time and it is inside, so all the conditions are good for bacteria to grow. And the bacteria usually causes a lot of problems. They can take you to an emergency room. Yes.
What about when you're using tampons? What about the clots, the blood clots?
The blood clots will eventually come out when you pull them out.
Yes.
When you pull the tampon out. But most of it will be absorbed. The blood and all that will be absorbed.
And the clotting, is it a normal thing?
Yes, depending on the person and depending on their hormones. There are people who have a lot of clots. There are people who don't have clots.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, there's a question that is mostly asked by I don't think it's this gender, the other gender. Does childbirth affect the vagina, tightness, whatnot? I have to ask it as it is.
Yes and no.
Allah?
Yes, because one thing, the vagina is elastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it stretches out and comes back to normal.
Yeah.
Within 6 months after birth,
6.
yes,
Allah?
you are supposed to go back to your normal self. Exactly normal self.
Okay.
Yes, some people will feel, because sometimes during birth, some people get trauma.
Yeah.
They have things like episiotomy, or they have tears.
Yeah.
Depending on who repaired you, it might not feel the same as it was before, but normally the vagina is supposed to go back to where it was before childbirth.
So because it's recommended, especially if you're married, that you resume back to that activity after 6 weeks?
6 weeks, yes.
Will that affect
You resume to?
You resume
sex?
If you're comfortable. The word is if you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Because there are people who are not comfortable, there are people who are still bleeding after 6 weeks. Yes.
Okay, now, Doc, as we are talking about misconceptions, sex toys are becoming quite popular. Do you think they're safe?
It depends with the context. Just like any other thing, your private parts are very sensitive.
Okay.
So, definitely, if you choose to have sex toys, make sure you clean them properly.
Disinfect.
Disinfect, don't share.
Disinfect with what and how?
Just if you have a partner,
If you have a partner.
you don't share with the partner.
Like
Which partner?
girl.
Of course, by the time you're going to, by the time you have a partner, you trust that person.
Okay.
So you
can share with your partner. So can they cause STIs and
Yes,
HIV?
definitely.
Ah.
Yes. HIV, far-fetched, like sexually transmitted infections, definitely.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Because
We are learning.
Yes. I'm going to have one.
Aya. Bado hujamaliza kuchoma. Daktari amesema ziko safe. Umesema ziko
They
safe.
are safe.
It depends. Whatever.
Would you recommend?
Personally, I recommend the real thing.
Why?
Personally, that is my own personal
Okay,
opinion.
okay.
If that rocks your boat, why jibambe? Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You know,
Daktari amekataa.
Doc, watch out, kama director ni kidogo. These women, they are buying 17-inch dildos.
Yes.
You know, as men, we cannot reach that leg. So they are destroying the traditional sex. Now they want things that don't even look like the normal apparatus.
What about the speed?
For sure.
Even the speed a normal human being cannot achieve. So we should not be recommending these things.
For sure. Me, and that is why I've said I prefer the real thing.
Okay.
If
Sawa.
if you are, if that one unasikia tu iko fiti na wewe, sawa, jibambe, lakini anyway, but you know, they can also cause trauma because yes.
Ouch.
The size, anyway.
For instance, hizo zenye zinakuja na speed.
So sijui. Sijui tumia so sijui. But I think
it can cause fissures.
Ile kitu tu yako tu ni sawa.
Kadure. Aya, get back here.
Daktari amekataa hiyo maneno. Daktari amekataa, amesema don't get a sex toy.
Mnakatuzia Kadure daktari.
We, staki. By the way, sasa ningekuwa naiweka wapi?
Wewe,
Okay, we are not talking about sex toys today. We are talking about reproductive health.
yes.
And hygiene. Daktari, I have a question. Where you said that the vulva is self-cleansing.
Yes.
What about I have a guy or myself. Let's say, for instance, I'm touching myself. I have dirty nails. My nails are long. Or rather, if the person I am with, his hands are dirty. What about that?
Definitely, that will introduce infections.
What about dirty dick?
What?
If a man is not cleaning well, so his is dirty.
Okay.
His manhood.
So we are supposed to like wash our hands before we start because
Yes.
you know you never know.
Let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
I don't think even you, for example, you will be comfortable with me coming with my dirty fingers and starting this.
But no,
Tuseme, it may happen to.
it may happen too.
Do I tell you? Go wash your hands?
Yes, carry wipes. Carry wipes. If maybe
Okay.
like me, definitely it will introduce bacteria to your vagina. You end up having infections, funny smells, funny discharges, itchiness, and so many other things you don't want to get down there.
Okay.
Umesema je kuhusu ingine ya manhood?
Your manhood, ongea ugepoa. Have a clean man.
Mazee.
Are you dirty?
Naweza sasa unaendaje na msia kumchafu tu hivi yani?
Wewe ni msee mchafu. You may never know. You may never know. Unaweza fikiria.
So, hygiene is very important.
Naoga, anaweza kuwa anachapa
male and
spray.
female.
Yeah.
Because that's okay, what's your story? You don't want to go down with someone who's dirty.
Oh, yeah, true. Yes.
male and female.
Yeah,
Yes.
true. Yeah.
How do you then?
I hate this question. on infections in girls, mostly it happens. What are the causes?
Infections. You can pick infections from anywhere. Most common, apart from sexually transmitted infections, most common infection you get them from, we say dirty toilets. When you go to a toilet that is not very clean, they can easily splash on you. When you maybe recycle your innerwears,
Okay.
yes, you can get infections. And such, okay. There's a part infection from
we talk about yeast infections. Where
yeast
do they come
infection,
from?
which is one of the most common infections in ladies. There are several things that predispose you to yeast infections.
Okay.
On a normal day, when your pH is okay and all that, you have a bacteria which is present in your body, the normal flora that keeps away infections. So, for example, if you use very strong soaps, it clears that bacteria. That is why we don't recommend strong soaps. If you use antibiotics, they clear the bacteria. Maybe around your period, because hormones have changed, the pH has changed, the wetness has changed, it has altered the normal functioning of down there. So you are easily predisposed to yeast infections, which start maybe with like an itch, then eventually you get a discharge that is whitish. And if not taken care of, it will progress because it irritates the surface of your vagina, and other bacteria, secondary infections come in. So you get things like the discharge starts changing color from whitish to creamish to greenish to very funny smells. Yes.
I have. Okay, so
You can ask.
I have this question on. I know this kind of way of topic, but it also affects discharge. But can contraceptives?
Yes, I wanted to ask that.
Can contraceptives affect discharge? Or can they cause these infections?
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask.
Contraceptives cannot cause infections.
What
they do, they might predispose you to infections. Some of them, not everyone, because of changes in hormones. And the same thing, changes in hormones, changes your pH levels down there, and eventually you get infections, but not necessarily, not directly. Your contraceptives cannot cause you to have infections.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. So, so guys, that's the end of our today's episode. We have had our very amazing guest, Dr. Gitau. You can visit him at St. Lucy's in Dagani.
Yes.
Tharaka Nithi County.
Yes.
Yes. We thank you for being with us through the episode. We have enjoyed. I hope you've learned with us whatever we have been able to learn. Comment down below any questions you have. We will have him again as a guest.
Sure.
He's going to be a frequent face here. So you can comment down below any questions that you would like us to ask him in our next episode on the same topic, or any question rather you have. You can comment down below. Let us have interaction hapo chini kwa comment section. Yes, so this is the end of the first episode of season 2, guys. Thank you for your amazing support. Kindly like, share, subscribe. Also, guys, as you can see, we are branded. We have the Merchandise is out. Yes. Merchandise is out. We have the Beyond the Mark t-shirts. We have the Beyond the Mark hoodies, capes, mugs, flasks, notebooks, pens, what else? Sweatpants, bathrobes,
mugs.
What else? Mugs, hoodies, anything you want. You just contact us. We will brand it for you with our logo. We also have capes. Abuleta is capes director. We shot them. Okay.
And on that, I can attest to St. Lucy's. They have very quality and good services. You should
Yes.
visit him.
Yes, we have these caps. You can order them from us. We have them at very fair prices, guys, pocket friendly. Yani, atuwafinyili, how do you like them? Anna? Amazing, amazing, amazing. So yes, purchase from us. You can email us kwa BeyondTheMark email. If you have our number, contact us. And we will make that order for you. Yes, this has been nice. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us through the topic. We will see you in our next video.
Kwaheri, guys.
Bye.